Hello and welcome to Math 208. My name is William Burnett. I'm a instructor over at Randolph College, and so I do this course at the school and I also do it online. Today I want to take you through our syllabus, and this may change, so if you ever want to know what the currently updated syllabus is, then go to Google Classroom, and under Syllabus and Course Information you'll find a link there to that syllabus. If it changes for some reason throughout the semester, that's usually pretty rare, but if I have to change a link or a policy or anything like that, I will let you know. I'll send you an email or make a post in Classroom about it so that you know that it's been updated. But it's always going to sit right there for your access, so you might want to pull this up as I go through it. My email is listed right here. My phone number as well if you need to text or call me. This is through Google. So if you text me, it's not my real phone number, it's like through Google, it relays it to me, so it may be some delay there, or you might get some weird voicemail from Google if you call and I don't answer, but I'll try to get back to you when I can. As far as our online course goes, my office hours are going to vary depending on what your schedule is. If I've got a lot of students in the class, I will usually just survey everyone and ask them when's the best time to meet, and then try to accommodate everyone's schedule so that I can meet with you at some point during the week if you have questions. Usually I'm available at least 5 hours out of the week, spread throughout the week. But you know, if I need to accommodate more students, I'll make adjustments then. If there are fewer students, then you can just email me and we can set up whenever, personally for you. I can set up a time to meet you. Sometimes I only have 4 or 5 students in a class, and it works better that way. You can read through this. This text we probably won't reference much. It's there if you want to get it. Don't get the newest edition. It's always way too expensive, and I usually work outside the text, especially when I teach the course online. So there's no sense you spend hundreds of dollars on a textbook that you're not going to use. I'll give all the assignments to you typed up. You can print them out and submit them. But if you're a person that wants a textbook, you can look at that, but I doubt it's going to be of much use. You're probably better off searching for other resources or talking to me personally to help you through the course. Now, this whole course is really to get teachers ready to become elementary and middle school teachers, and in doing so, a lot of times you have to teach math. So this is set up so that you have a better understanding of math and you're more confident teaching the math to students. It is not a methods course, so I'm not teaching you how to teach math, but it is a content course, a math content course. So I want to make sure you know the math. Now, some of this math is very basic, multiplying, adding, and dividing, and then some of it gets pretty tough with the algebra and geometry we talk about, because some students do take algebra and geometry in middle school. So my goal, or the way I approach it, is I just pretend like you don't remember much from math in high school or even all the way back to elementary school. Not to insult anyone, but I just know that I've had students come from different backgrounds. Some are math majors and are doing Calc 2 while they take this course, and some just haven't seen an Algebra 1 textbook since they were in high school 2 or 3 years ago. Some even further. Some are some students are close to retirement and they're taking this course just to get recertified for the last time before they retire. So I've got all different backgrounds I have to accommodate, and so I just want to bring everybody up to the same spot. And so, like I said, I'm not insulting anyone. I just want to pretend like most of the stuff you don't remember. I know you've passed it at some point, and hopefully you walk away with a deeper understanding of math than what you had when you were in middle or high school doing this stuff. So you can read that. Usually whenever I took a math course in college, it looked like a bunch of mumbo jumbo, because I didn't know what, like say you're taking a stats course, if you don't know what permutations and combinations are, it doesn't help you much to read that at the beginning of the year. But at the end of the semester, when you go back and you're like, oh yeah, I know what permutations and combinations are now, that sort of thing. So you can read through those and maybe you remember them, maybe you don't, but that's everything we're going to cover. As far as the requirements and an evaluation goes, when I teach a summer class, I mean, we're taking a 15-week course, and we're cutting it down to either 10 or 5 weeks, depending on what class you're in. So if I'm cutting it down to a 5-week course, it means each week we're going through what I normally cover in 3 weeks in the brick and mortar class at Randolph. So it's fast-paced, and I try to break it down into 6 days worth of work and try to give you at least 1 day off or 1 day to catch up. That's the downside to taking a course in 5 weeks, is you're busy every day doing something. The upside is you can finish a 15-week course in 5 weeks, which is going to save you 10 more weeks somewhere else in your life. So because of that, no late work is accepted. So you have to turn in everything on time. And I've tried to make, since I'm giving out 5 to 6 assignments a week plus a quiz, it's usually 6 or 7 assignments. They're not really long assignments, but you still have to do a little bit of work every day. And just to simplify things, I make all work due on Monday at 11:59. So week 1 goes from, let's say it goes from Monday through Saturday. The following Monday is when all the work is done at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. So your week 2 will begin that Monday, so you want to get it done before then. Because I accepted all the whole week in one chunk there, you can wait till Sunday night to do all your work. It's just not going to be, you're not going to learn it very well. You know this, you're a college student. I recommend working on it throughout the week and turning in the assignments as you get them done. That way I can actually give you some feedback before you attempt the quiz, because you're going to turn in 6 assignments and a quiz before Monday at 11:59 p.m. If you can turn in each assignment as you do them or work ahead, I can look at what you've done or give you the answers later on that week to your homework assignments and give you some feedback so you know where you stand, and you can set up a time to talk to me before you try out the quiz. So keep that in mind. I try to be flexible, but at the same time, you got to take ownership of your grade and, work ahead if you can and get more out of the course that way. The video assignments I'm giving are going to be going through Edpuzzle. I've made these videos, I've uploaded them to YouTube. If you find them on YouTube and watch them, that's great, but it's not going to count as your grade unless you go through Edpuzzle. So Edpuzzle, I'll go to their site. Let's see. Here's Edpuzzle. It wants me to choose a school, blah, blah, blah. Just go to Edpuzzle and sign up. You can see right here, it's edpuzzle.com, and I've got that link in our, let's see, where's our course right here? Right here's the Edpuzzle instructions with the link. And then once you set up an account using your Randolph email, you can click on right here, and that's the specific class I've got set up for your course. So this particular one has a code for this course I've set up. Every summer when I set up a course, I'll set up a new class, so it'll be a new link here for whoever's taking this course. Set up your class there and watch your videos through Edpuzzle. I'll have them set up and try to get links for you to watch them through Edpuzzle. When you watch a video through Edpuzzle, I know that you watched it because it tells me this student watched your video for day 1. It will also tell me if you watched a certain section like 5 times over. So that's really helpful data, because if I get a lot of students rewatching a particular section of the video, it tells me that they're rewinding it because they didn't get it. And so maybe I can make another video that better explains whatever topic is being rewatched or give you more examples. So that's helpful data. Edpuzzle also allows me to insert questions into videos. So I can insert a question so that while you're watching it, it will pause the video automatically and require you to type in an answer. And it's kind of the equivalent of me being in the classroom and asking you a question for you to answer. So Edpuzzle allows me to take an attendance grade. So I know that you watched the video, and a participation grade, because I know as you respond to questions in videos that you're participating and not just hitting play and walking off and doing the dishes while I'm on the computer somewhere talking away. So it lets me know you're participating, and it lets me know you're watching. Now, not all videos will have questions. I'm not going to do that all the time, but some videos will. It also prevents fast forwarding. So don't think that you can just hit, don't wait till Sunday afternoon on week 1 and say, I'll just fast forward it and he'll think that I watched it. It doesn't allow it to happen. So allow some time. Some videos are 30 minutes long. Some videos are an hour long. Make sure that you allow time to watch it throughout the week. So that's our videos there. Going back to the syllabus, we also have homework. I kind of discussed that. The instructions for turning in the homework. If you go to Google Classroom, This is the instructor view, but I've also got on here, let's see, you can click on this to look at how to turn in assignments. So you turn those in. Basically, you go to underneath week 1, here's the day 1 assignment. You can click on that and print out the homework. So if we click on day 1 homework, this is what it looks like. You can print it out. You can write out all your answers here, work it out on a separate paper if you want to. And then I want you to take photos with your phone, or you can scan it if you've got a scanner. I think a great app for the phone, it's called Cam Scanner. I think it's spelled like that. If you look for that app, it like takes a picture and then it makes it look like it was scanned, and it's free. So that's a great way to also do it. Make sure that your photos have good lights. They're not at weird angles. I should be able to read it like I'm holding a piece of paper. So take it from directly above. Particularly, it helps if the light source is in front of you. When I take photos and scan them, I usually go to a window and set it in the window and take a picture, so that way I'm not casting a shadow on the paper. It sounds funny that I have to give you instructions on that, but sometimes I get some very blurry images and I can't tell what's going on, and the student doesn't get credit. So I want it so that I can annotate it and give you feedback to help you out. So make sure they're good photos, and then you're going to turn them in. Usually, like I said, this is the teacher view. Usually there's an add attachment button underneath the day 1 assignment or whatever assignment you're talking about. So if you print out the day 1 homework, you'd go to add an attachment and attach it there. If you have a computer with a stylus like I do, or if you're using like a Chromebook and you've got a stylus where you can like screenshot the assignment and then write on it with the stylus, that's great. Use that. You don't have to print it out. You don't have to worry about taking a photo or scanning it. You can do that as well. So that's for turning in assignments. I don't know if I mentioned it or not. I just thought about this when I saw this. The online office instructions, we use zoom.us. So go to that site underneath course information and set up an account using your Randolph email. You can email me. This should say at randolphcollege.edu. Let me change that. But you can email me at wburnett@randolphcollege.edu and set up a time like we talked about, but it's going to be through zoom.us. So have that set up. It might be helpful to have a headset with a mic. That way you can talk to me if you feel like you're going to need to communicate with me a lot or ask a lot of questions. Go ahead and get a headset with a mic. Earbuds with a mic, that would probably work as well. So quizzes are there. Quizzes, like I said, I'm going to have them posted. I said no later than Saturday. I'll try to get them in by Thursday, so that way if you got weekend plans, you can do it ahead of time. If there is something going on, let me know if you need some work ahead of time, and maybe I can get it to you a little bit sooner. This says final exam on July 1st. That's going to change because it depends on when your class is. In this case, this is an August course, so the final exam is due by August 13th. So I'll put that in there. So it's due August 13th. I didn't see that before I changed it from the first summer session. And then it's going to be following the same instructions. So I'll have a link there for the final exam. And then here's your distribution for grades. Your video assignments through Edpuzzle are 20% of your grade. Homework that you turn in will be 10%. Those weekly quizzes will be 10% each, so it will add up to 40% of your grade. And then your final exam is going to be 30%. The final exam is cumulative. It is a 5-week course, and so weeks 1 through 4 will have quizzes. The final week, I'm not going to give you a quiz. We'll go over probability and stats, but that will be just on the final. So that way you don't have to take a quiz and then take a final. So you got 4 quizzes, and then week 5 is going to have new information, but everything from all 5 weeks will be on the final exam to assess you there. Okay. So everything should be on Google Classroom. If you've never used Google Classroom before, I'll have in here topics. So this particular one is course syllabus and course information that I can update as we need it. And then right now I've got week 1 posted for everyone. And then you can see week 1 resources. We'll talk about that in a moment. And then each daily assignment. You don't have to start on Monday and then do this Tuesday and so forth. You can do them all in one day if you want to. In fact, I recommend you work a little bit ahead. So, if you're if you wait till Saturday to do it, I may not be able to find time to meet with you if you have questions. So start on Monday and try to stay a day or two ahead. So if you have questions, we can meet online through Zoom and we can answer those questions before you take the week 1 quiz. So each day, like I showed you before, you'll click on this. There's your assignment. I'll find a way to attach that video through Edpuzzle in here. And then week 1 quiz, I'll attach it here, and you'll just treat it like an assignment like you did before. You'll print it out or do it on your computer and then turn it in through here. As far as the resources go, I've created a list of resources. If you click on this, and I can update this as needed. And each day's video, I've got resources to go with it. So the birthday cards, the binary dot cards, all of that's in the video with me working it. But being an online class, I can't really mail you manipulatives. It would cost me too much. But usually in my brick and mortar class, I have a ton of manipulatives that we use as we talk about math. So I've tried to gather some online resources that you can use and keep the costs low. None of this costs money. Or I've made documents like the birthday cards right here. So if you click on the birthday cards, it sends you a link. Make sure that you're logged into Google using your Randolph email. If you use your personal email, none of this will show up. So there's your birthday cards. You can print those out if you want to follow along with the video on how to use those. I've also done other things where if I found some resource or a website that I found particularly interesting that you may want to look at, I've included that. Unless it says it in an assignment, none of those are required. So there it is. I've also posted each day's homework in here. So not only are they in Google Classroom, like if you go to week 1, day 1, there's the homework. You can click on the homework there and get to it. You can also look in the week 1 resources, and that's the same homework assignment. So depending on what you got open on your computer, you can get there 2 different ways. Still make sure that you turn it in though. Don't email it to me. Turn it in on Google Classroom. There should be a spot where it says add an attachment. This is the teacher view, so it's a little bit different. It should show add attachment, and you can attach it there. So yeah, that's the week 1 resources. A ton of stuff there. I have for this first week 5 videos for you to look at, 1 for each day, except for the 6th day. A little bit easier. It's just an article you got to read and respond to the prompt I put on the day 6 assignment. And then you take the week 1 quiz. Okay. So going back to the syllabus, let's see, where did I put it? Going back to the syllabus, you have your grading scale there. And it tells you can read all of that. The honor code is still expected to be applied here. For quizzes, you can use your notes, but you are not allowed to use online resources. So I don't mind if you use notes. I try to find a balance here with the quizzes, just because I know as far as learning goes, if you're using your notes on the quiz, you're still learning as you take the quiz. But I don't want you just looking up answers online. As the final exam comes around though, no notes on the final exam. You need to have it ready by the time you take the final exam. If you have any accommodations that you need, whether it be something like you need the videos to have be closed caption, let me know. Or if you're saying, hey, you know what, I'm colorblind and you were doing a video and you're talking about different colors you're drawing, if I do something like that, let me know. So that way I can make the course accessible to you and I can redo the video or something like that. I try to make sure I don't do that, but sometimes something gets past me and I don't realize it. So please let me know if you need anything. And then finally, we are a Title IX school, so any form of abuse, I'm a mandated reporter for abuse. I don't think that comes up too much in online, but it may. So feel free to let me know if there's anything like that going on, but just be aware that I am a mandated reporter. All right, so that covers the syllabus, and let me know if you have any questions about the syllabus, anything I said there, and I'll be happy to take care of that for you.